Yo, what's up, YouTube? This is your boy Junior, aka Smoking Guns, out here in Tucson, Arizona, representing the Ultimate Fight Club, giving you the latest content in boxing and MMA news that is out. So, today's video is on Manny Pacquiao, and it looks like he is getting his sights set on fighting Keith Thurman on July 13th on pay-per-view. And this is coming out in BoxingNews24.com, where it states Pacquiao taking on Thurman on July 13th on pay-per-view. And in this article, it goes on to state, WBA World Welterweight Champion Manny Pacquiao is taking a huge risk in facing WBA Super World Champion Keith Thurman on July 13th on Showtime pay-per-view. The news of their potential fight was broken on Monday. Pacquiao and Thurman are said to be in advanced talks for a July 13th showdown. According to Mike Coppinger, it's still not a done deal yet, but the negotiations are underway. It also goes on to state, presumably, the end game is the winner of Errol Spence Jr. versus Sean Porter fight. The location of the Pacquiao versus Thurman fight will come down to one of the venues, MGM Grand in Las Vegas, Barclays Center in New York, or Staples Center in Los Angeles, California. If Pacquiao can beat Thurman, it'll set the table for Floyd Mayweather Jr. to come back to face the Filipino star. Mayweather doesn't look like he wants any of that work, though. An impressive win for Pacquiao over Thurman might send Mayweather in the opposite direction. Pacquiao was going to have his work cut out for him against Thurman. That's not a good matchup for Pacquiao, quote. Now, with this news coming out right here, it is pretty much looking like Manny Pacquiao will be fighting Keith Thurman, just for the simple fact is there has been multiple articles and multiple media outlets over the past couple of days talking about how Keith Thurman and Manny Pacquiao are in talks to be able to fight. So with this news coming out right now, stating that they are probably going to be fighting on July 13th on pay-per-view, a date which Manny Pacquiao was very adamant about fighting because he did say that he wanted to fight in June or July. It is very probable that this fight is going to happen, especially with him backing out of the fight with Errol Spence. And I remember I came out with the Manny Pacquiao ducking Errol Spence Jr. video, and I got so many views and comments on that video, especially from Manny Pacquiao fans talking about, oh, Manny Pacquiao, he's not ducking Errol Spence Jr. He's just trying to get a Floyd Mayweather fight, or he's just trying to get a big money fight. There is no probable reason why you would think that a fight with Keith Thurman would be a bigger money fight than with Errol Spence Jr. But it was in talks that Floyd Mayweather was coming back and that he could presumably be having talks with Manny Pacquiao for a potential fight. But with all of this news coming out that Manny Pacquiao was going to be fighting Keith Thurman, I can definitely see that fight coming into fruition, just for the simple fact is it has been in the making, especially with Keith Thurman being very adamant about wanting to fight Manny Pacquiao because everyone knows that he is looking for a big money fight also. So a big money fight with Manny Pacquiao would pretty much be the present that he is looking to get. But once this fight is officially announced, it definitely looks like Floyd Mayweather isn't going to be back in the picture anytime soon. Even if he is back in the picture, I'm pretty sure it'll probably be sometime later on this year, just so he can be able to get himself back in shape, to be able to get himself fight ready. But with Manny Pacquiao fighting Keith Thurman in July, that is very probable, and I can definitely see that happen, especially if Mike Coppinger, who is a very credible source, is confirming this. Most likely this fight will be taking place in July. So I'm hoping that with this news coming out, it can kind of shut up Manny Pacquiao fans about talking about the only reason Manny Pacquiao didn't fight Errol Spence Jr. because he is looking for a big money fight, because a fight with Keith Thurman definitely is not a bigger money fight than Errol Spence Jr. Just for the simple fact is Keith Thurman has never proven himself on a pay-per-view. And even if you want to look at both of their views on free TV, Errol Spence has generated just as many views as a Keith Thurman on free TV, especially when they were both fighting on CBS or NBC, one of those damn networks or something like that. They were both generating a massive amount of views. So with Errol Spence proving himself with being able to do such a big attendance at the Dallas Cowboys Stadium, and plus proving himself on pay-per-view, that would definitely be a huge money fight for Manny Pacquiao. But at the same time, I definitely do not blame Manny Pacquiao for not taking a fight with Errol Spence Jr., and I could definitely see him going into a fight with Keith Thurman. Even in that video that I made with him ducking Errol Spence, I even said myself that I would rather even see him take a fight with Keith Thurman, just for the simple fact is he matches up a lot better with the Keith Thurman, just for the simple fact is of the styles that both of them have. It would definitely make for a very exciting fight and for a barn burner type of fight. But at the same time, like it does say in this article, Keith Thurman does have some tools in his arsenal that could pose problems for Manny Pacquiao, especially with his technical boxing ability, the power that he does have, and the movement that he is able to utilize in that ring, because he will not be standing in front of a guy like Manny Pacquiao who will be using his footwork to pop in and out. But at the same time, Manny Pacquiao also has some tools that can pose a lot of problems for Keith Thurman, like his high volume and output of punches that he is able to put on somebody, especially if he was to hurt somebody like Keith Thurman. His high volume of output could definitely pose a lot of problems. But the only thing that I do not like is that Manny Pacquiao isn't really that good at cutting off the ring. So I think that Keith Thurman with his movement could still pose a lot of problems for a guy like Manny Pacquiao. But this will definitely make for a very entertaining fight. It will definitely be a barn burner fight, and I would definitely like to see this fight for both of these fighters. And it'd definitely be nice to be able to see those WBA belts get unified in that damn division, especially with a guy like Keith Thurman, who has been holding that friggin' WBA belt friggin' hostage, not friggin' fighting anybody. Dude, that actually be pissing me off. Like, yo, why ain't you friggin' fight nobody? You just sitting your ass on the sideline. Only if the WBA had friggin' mandatories for that damn belt, we would be able to see that fool fight more often, or I would rather his ass get stripped of the belt. So if Manny Pacquiao ends up beating him and taking the friggin' belt, dude, personally, I wouldn't even give a damn, because at least I know Manny Pacquiao is actually going to be fighting somebody. And you got a guy like Keith Thurman who is just sitting there with the friggin' belt, not fighting nobody. Dude, for a boxing fan like me, it is definitely frustrating. But it's very good to see Keith Thurman finally getting active and getting an opponent with a guy like Manny Pacquiao. And it will definitely make for an entertaining fight come July pay-per-view. All right, you guys. So I hope you guys liked the video. If you guys liked the video, make sure to hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, make sure to subscribe to the channel. And if you guys have any kind of questions, any kind of comments, hit me up in the comment section and I'll be sure to hit you guys up. All right. So I hope you liked the video. Holla at your boy.